Okay, so welcome everyone. I'm so glad that you are here joining me. Let's see what Spirit would like to say to us today. It's a open reading. We're just going to see what the cards have to say. So let's get started. And I will be, of course, always leaving the names and link. I don't think those links are active yet, but I will still be leaving them in the description box below for any card deck that I use. So So, Spirit, what do you have to say to us today? Two of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know, it just feels really exciting. It's like the energy just feels like there's so much hope. Like, you know, you've been working really hard, doing your best to just keep your focus on what you know you need to do. And as Two of Cups, it feels like a longing for connection. You know, like a longing for connection that you have been working hard to achieve. And you know, when we look at the Three of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, hey, you know, don't even worry about it. All that hard work that you're putting in to achieving this, you know, it could be anything, you know, this union, this connection, this partnership of some kind is coming to you. You're walking down the steps to discovering it. It's blossoming. And look at the fish. You know, luck and abundance. And the way that these are, you know, it's like the wheel is turning in your favor. Finally, after all this time of hard work, you know, you're getting good luck. You're getting to finally have what it is you've been working so hard to have, to achieve, to, you know, maybe even manifest for yourself. It's like, look, these haven't blossomed yet, right? It's like what's in your heart. It almost looks like a little heart. And then, you know, through your hard work and dedication, they do blossom. And maybe because it's not just two, you know, look, there's three. Maybe it's even more than what you could have hoped for or expected. let's see if it's possible to get more information. Okay, let's see what these are. Nine of Wands, Five of Cups. This one steady out. Do you see it? Okay, we've got the Magician. I'm just going to take this one on top because that really stood out to me. And the Lovers. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so Nine of Wands. Not giving up. Standing firm even when you're exhausted. And, you know, in this Nine of Wands, it's kind of implying or indicating new vision. Like you're finally, I don't know, being able to gain some kind of insight in what you've been working toward, in what you've been longing for. And you see here, you know, with the Five of Cups, like she's a statue. She's frozen in time. You know, and it's like that, being frozen in your longing. And you've been working hard, but your heart is frozen because it's been longing for this thing, this connection, this partnership, this union in whatever way. And, you know, it just never seems to happen, you know. And with the Magician here, it's clear, you know, like how I said before with manifestation, that you are working in that way to get what it is that you want. And with the Lovers, you know, the Lovers in the Wheel, like, to me, it just indicates that what you're working at as the Magician is absolutely going to take place. And you know, with the Five of Cups, like, it can get so disappointing, can't it? When you sit there and you work so hard, you know, and you don't see anything. And it's just like, is my work being in vain? Is it useless? Is this pointless? Is all of what I'm doing just totally pointless? You know, does manifestation and all that law of attraction stuff even work? Am I even skilled, you know, as a magician? Do I have what it takes? And I think that that's why, you know, we explore, you know, like with tarot readings and stuff, because we need that encouragement to keep reminding ourselves that, you know, no matter how long it takes for something to come our way, for that hope and that yearning in our heart to finally manifest itself, it will happen. And it's worth it to keep working towards our goals and to keep having that hope. I think that's kind of really what the Nine of Wands indicates, is like hope, you know. Yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm, you know, at the end of my rope, you know, and it's so tough. All of what I've had to face and with no seeming results at all. But there's this energy of hope to where you just can't give up. And no matter how disappointed you get, no matter how exhausted you may become, you have too much hope to just walk away. You can't walk away. It's so cool, you know, like if we read it as being clarifiers, you know, this longing of union that you have in your heart, you know, you're standing in hope for, and you've worked so hard and not given up. And in your work, there's been a lot of disappointment. So much time, you know, she's a frozen statue. So much time has passed. As if all the hard work that you've been putting in, you know, doesn't lead you anywhere. You know, but look at how with the Three of Cups, it's, you know, could be clarified by the Magician. You know, there is stuff going on. Even if it's under the surface, you know, you can't really see it yet. Look, she's blindfolded. But a transformation is occurring. You know, and this sort of work is always, you know, first in the spirit realm before you're ever going to actually see it. And that's the hard part, is, you know, continuing to keep going when you don't see anything in the material realm is very frustrating. But these flowers have blossomed. They are coming up, aren't they? You know, and I think that that's why we have the wheel here. The wheel is symbolizing, yes, things are changing. A change is in the wind. What you've been working so hard for is finally making that wheel turn in your favor. And I think that that's what this Lovers card symbolizes, is, you know, that thing that you've been working so hard toward because it's in your heart. You long for it. You desire it so much that you cannot give up no matter how hard it is. It's finally coming to pass. It's like heaven, you know, is like, oh, I'm so tired of them not giving up on this. Fine, I'll just make it happen. And, you know, honestly, that's the whole idea. It's what builds our character. To be able to be so determined, no matter how long something takes to manifest, to come into your physical reality, to be determined, firm and resolute, to stand on your feet and not give up. And decide, I don't care. I'm going to keep going. I don't care how long this takes. I don't care how hopeless this may seem in my material world. I'm not going to give up. That kind of attitude, I mean, I don't think that you can expect very much longer for that kind of attitude to not bring about everything that you want. You know, it's the fire of creation, that kind of attitude, that kind of stance. And it, you know, that is manifestation. That is how we manifest, is through that determined, resolute belief that is deeply rooted in our heart. We cannot give up on it because we yearn for it. And, you know, I know that a lot of times it's hard to connect to our hearts. A lot of other things get in the way. Many times, you know, like people's ideas of how we should live and what's good for us, and how, you know, old beliefs or how we were raised, like all of that can kind of cloud your ability to know what's in your heart. And it takes, you know, it takes time. It takes dedication to yourself, going inward, clearing out the darkness, before you can finally get true connection to your heart. But once you do, there's such a deep confidence because it's there. I mean, you know, yeah, that's what I long for. And I know that this isn't somebody else's idea of what they want for me and my life. I know this isn't, just old beliefs that were passed down through my family. Like, this is what I want. And when it's what you want, how could you ever back down or give up on that? It's in your heart. Even if you wanted to give up, it's not possible. I mean, it'll just plague you forever. And I think that that's the point of having yearnings in our heart. They'll always plague us. We'll never be able to get rid of it because we need to develop that kind of attitude, that kind of character that is resolute and determined and, fights through all sorts of opposition and difficulty for what they want. And when you've developed that kind of fire and determination, you can stand through and be balanced and stable through any kind of situation that comes your way. You can have that confidence, have that self-assuredness because you've developed yourself. You've developed trust. I know I'm going to get through this. I know I'm going to get what I want because I know how to work hard, how to stand my ground, and how to hang in there when shit looks like it's all falling apart. Hope is so important in life. And when we go through these times of yearning and desire, and we're working hard for it, and we have these ideas, and then it just seems like it never pans out, it's to actually build your hope. And when you build that hope, you're building your confidence, and not long after, you will get what you want. And man, when you get that, you will have built such a firm foundation within yourself. It will be unshakable. And nothing at that point can be taken from you because it was built into you by your own two hands. And I know that sometimes the way that heaven works, the way that life works, can seem harsh and confusing and painful, painful. But every single thing that we go through is just to empower us, is just to take off the training wheels and to get you to learn how to fly. And what you yearn for in your heart, you don't need. The only reason why you're yearning for it is to build up your foundation, to build up your confidence, and to build up your connection with who you are, your connection to your own heart. Because, once you manifest it, once you have it, you're going to have a new desire. So it's not about need. It's about the constant unfolding process of becoming. Becoming your precious self. Your precious individual self that is so unique. It is like a precious jewel that cannot be compared to anything else. So when it comes to this yearning that you have within your heart, I say be glad that you have it in your heart. And keep doing your best to navigate those emotions that come up and the fear that tries to drive you into sorrow and disappointment and despair. And remember hope. Remember hope instead, because the whole point of the exercise is to grow, to become who you are. To become your whole perfect, beautiful self and grow it and firm it and expand it all the way. And every time you have a longing, you don't need to be afraid. You don't need to be worried. Be glad. Because now it's a new job, a new work that can expand your foundation even further. And isn't that exciting? You get to know yourself even more. And that is quite a blessing. You are quite a blessing. That's the message that Heaven wanted us to hear today. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.